We are all aware of the nuisance value that the common housefly can bring, especially with regards to food that is left open. It is common knowledge that the housefly can carry serious disease-causing microorganisms that can result in deadly diseases such as typhoid, dysentery and cholera. But what is not so common knowledge, however, is that the common housefly, amongst other insects such as cockroaches and beetles, are spiritually impure and emit spiritually impure vibrations. Negative energies from the spiritual dimension can sometimes use these insects to adversely affect people and increase the spiritual impurity in the environment. During the course of our research, we came across a farmhouse that was attacked by negative energies, and one form of this subtle attack was that the house was invaded by insects year after year during the rainy season. This was a large spider nest that was found very near the premises of the farmhouse, and the hordes of spiders that emerged from this nest was very unusual. The house itself was attacked by swarms of insects, and you can see the scale of insects that were found crawling all over the house, forcing the residents to vacate the premises as it became uninhabitable until pest control measures were applied. Another strange occurrence was while this video was being edited, the exact same insect found in the farmhouse was suddenly found crawling on the monitor of the editing suite, which is very uncommon. There are various pest control measures at our disposal nowadays to control such pests. However, during the course of our research, we came across a phenomenon that sheds new light of a possible natural deterrent to such pests. The room of His Holiness Dr. Attavale, a saint of the highest order, has very high levels of spiritual purity. All the divine phenomena at the Spiritual Research Center, such as divine particles, have originated in his room. And what we noticed is that if a fly or insect accidentally enters His Holiness Dr. Attavale's room, it soon gets disoriented. The fly literally stops flying and instead walks around the floor slowly. Sooner or later, its walk begins to get feeble, as if it is in a drugged state. Even when prodded, the fly does not respond to the threat. After a couple of hours, we've observed that the fly rolls over and dies. This is a picture of the various insects that have died within a short time of entering the room of His Holiness Dr. Attavale. We've also observed this same phenomena happen in other rooms in the Spiritual Research Center, such as the Ashram Temple Room. This simple research video may indeed have far-reaching implications and open up an aspect of healthcare that could well save governments millions of dollars in disease prevention. Through spiritual research, we have found that spiritually impure species, such as some germs and insects, which are spiritually impure, cannot live in spiritually purer environments, such as the room of His Holiness Dr. Attavale. When we practice spirituality on a regular basis, we increase our spiritual purity and the spiritual purity in the immediate environment. This acts as a natural deterrent to germs and insects that are spiritually impure. We also observed when we sprayed holy water on the insects in the farmhouse, they immediately started to disperse. However, it was only after a specific ritual was done on the premises that the insect attack stopped for the first time in 2014 after many years. There was another resident who complained of a severe case of bed bugs, which was unaffected by 9 rounds of pest control. The problem subsided when the tenants started to chant Sri Gurudev Datta, the chant for departed ancestors, They also blew holy ash and lit SSRF incense sticks. We were intrigued when we heard of a scientific observation about the river Ganga, which is the most important and revered river in India, and its waters are considered holy and spiritually pure. Sadly, the river Ganga has been subjected to heavy pollution over the years, making it one of the most polluted waterways of the world. Yet the findings of Dr. F.C. Harrison from McGill University were contrary to this, and he states, "A peculiar fact, which has never been satisfactorily explained, is the quick death in 3 or 5 hours of the cholera vibrio in the waters of the Ganges." A well-known French physician, Dr. Derel, made similar investigations into the mystery of the Ganges. Could all these observations about germs and insects dying in spiritually pure areas be linked? And if so, what does it mean for disease prevention? As like attracts like, in another video we have documented how butterflies, which are spiritually purer amongst insects, naturally gravitate to the spiritual purity of the Spiritual Research Center. They do not seem to be scared of humans and playfully interact with the residents of the Spiritual Research Center. When one butterfly found its way into the room of His Holiness Dr. Artavle, it sat on his hand and its wings began to look luminescent. Another butterfly sat on the fan in the room of His Holiness Dr. Artavle and did not budge for 3 hours, even though the fan was rotating. SSRF appeals to scientists and researchers to help us study this phenomenon in more detail. Why do flies and other insects die soon after entering the room of His Holiness Dr. Artavle? Is there an aspect of disease prevention that the world is yet to explore? You can contact us through the login functionality available on our website ssrf.org. Do visit us and learn about how you can make your environment spiritually purer.